If you invested just once today, what stocks could make you a millionaire by 2035? Stay tuned. These 10 companies could define the next decade of wealth. Now, I get it. Picking stocks for the long term feels like trying to predict the future, and honestly, no one has a crystal ball. But what we can do is look at the trends, the fundamentals, the undeniable power of companies that are not just participating in the future, but actively building it. It's about finding those businesses with such a deep competitive moat that they become almost unstoppable. That's exactly what we're going to break down today. This isn't about day trading or chasing quick profits. This is about identifying the titans of tomorrow, massive innovation, unshakable market dominance, the sheer power of compounding that could turn a strategic investment today into life-changing wealth over the next 10 years. We're talking about businesses at the forefront of artificial intelligence, cloud computing, healthcare, consumer technology. These are the engines that will be driving the global economy. And for those of you who like a little more spice in your portfolio, stick around until the very end, because I've got a bonus high-risk, high-reward pick that could either be a home run or a total strikeout. But hey, that's what makes investing exciting, right? So, grab your coffee, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm, and let's get into it. We're going to go through each of these 10 companies, one by one, breaking down exactly why they have the potential to dominate by 2035, what the risks are that you absolutely need to be aware of, and the key metrics you should be watching. This isn't financial advice, but it is a deep dive into the strategic plays that could build the foundation of your financial future. Let's start with a company that's practically running the digital world, and that is our number one pick. Alright, coming in at number one, we have the gentle giant of tech, Microsoft. Now you might think of Microsoft as the company that gave us Windows and Office, but that's like thinking of an iceberg as just the tip you see above the water. The real powerhouse is its cloud business, Azure. Azure, the second largest cloud provider in the world, growing at an absolutely staggering rate. Companies, governments, startups building their entire digital infrastructure on Azure. That creates an incredibly sticky revenue stream. Microsoft has woven AI into the very fabric of its enterprise software. They own the operating system, the productivity suite Office 365, and now AI copilots across products. This isn't a consumer gimmick. It's a productivity revolution for businesses, and Microsoft is charging a premium for it. Combine enterprise dominance with massive AI investments, like OpenAI, and you get a compounding machine. Microsoft isn't just in the AI race, it's selling the shovels, the pickaxes, and the entire gold mine. But the biggest risk is expectations. It's priced for perfection. Watch Azure growth quarter to quarter and the PE multiple. If they keep executing, their scale makes domination by 2035 very plausible. Next up, we have the company that is, without a doubt, the rock star of the AI revolution, Nvidia. For years, gamers knew Nvidia for its powerful GPUs. The same architecture is perfect for training massive AI models. Suddenly, every major tech company, every research lab, every ambitious startup needed Nvidia's chips. This has created an explosion in their data center business. Demand for AI training and data processing should grow exponentially over the next decade. They've built an ecosystem around CUDA, locking developers in. Risks, geopolitics, and semi-cyclicality. Watch data center revenue, CAGR, and average selling prices for chips. If those remain strong, pricing power and dominance stay intact. That's why it could dominate 2035. At number 3, we have the company that basically owns the internet's front door. Alphabet, the parent company of Google. Dominance in search has created one of the most powerful advertising machines ever conceived. They also own YouTube, the world's largest video platform, another ad juggernaut. Alphabet has invested in AI R&D for over a decade and is beginning to monetize that expertise across ads, cloud, pixel, and more. Risk: a maturing core ad business and regulatory scrutiny. Can AI and cloud pick up the slack and drive the next wave? Watch ad revenue growth rate and concrete signs of AI-driven product monetization. If they navigate the shift, their user base and AI talent are why it could dominate 2035. Chapter 4. Coming in at number 4 is the undisputed king of e-commerce and cloud computing, Amazon. This is a company with two incredible, category-defining businesses under one roof. Global e-commerce, backed by a logistics network no one can match on speed, selection, and convenience. They've built a high-margin advertising business that's growing fast. Then you have the real profit engine, AWS, the largest cloud infrastructure provider, wildly profitable. AWS cash flow fuels bold bets, from logistics and healthcare to artificial intelligence. Risks: razor-thin retail margins and execution on new bets. Watch AWS operating margin and ad revenue growth. As long as AWS hums and ads grow, Amazon has the firepower to dominate 2035. Chapter 5. At the halfway point, number 5 is a company that needs no introduction. Apple. The magic isn't just sleek devices. The true genius is the ecosystem they've built around them. Once you're in, your photos, your messages, your apps, your music, everything just works together. The real story is high-margin services. Every app purchase, subscription, and tap to pay, Apple takes a cut. Services are more profitable, more predictable, and growing with the installed base. Risk: smartphone maturity. They need meaningful innovation. Vision Pro, an Apple Car, or something new. Watch services as percent of revenue and overall gross margins. If services keep growing and margins stay high, Apple remains a compounding machine. That's why it could dominate 2035. Chapter 6. Alright, for number 6, we have arguably the most polarizing and talked about stock on the market. Tesla. Tesla is so much more than just a car company. They are the leader in electric vehicles. They've revolutionized autos and forced every legacy automaker to play catch-up. They have a lead in battery tech, manufacturing efficiency, and brand recognition. But the bull case for 2035 goes far beyond vehicles. A rapidly growing energy storage business, and the biggest wildcard, artificial intelligence with full self-driving. If they solve autonomy and deploy robotaxis, Tesla shifts from hardware margins to high-margin software subscriptions. Risks are huge: execution, competition, regulation. Watch vehicle gross margins, X credits, and production ramps for new models. If they execute, the upside is enormous. That's why it could dominate 2035. Chapter 7. Moving into the healthcare space for our 7th pick, we have a pharmaceutical giant that has been on an absolute tear: Eli Lilly. For decades, Big Pharma was slow and steady. Eli Lilly shattered that perception. They've delivered blockbuster drugs in diabetes and obesity, Mounjaro, Zepbound, addressing massive health crises. And they boast one of the strongest pipelines in the industry: Alzheimer's, autoimmune, oncology. Risks: clinical failures, regulatory hurdles, patent cliffs, generics. Watch new drug sales, CAGR, and pipeline progress through trials and approvals. If the pipeline delivers, they can drive multi-year growth. Why it could dominate 2035. Chapter 8. For number 8, we're diving back into semis with a different angle. This is Broadcom. While Nvidia gets the headlines, Broadcom builds the networking and connectivity that tie everything together. AI's superhighways. They focus on number 1 or number 2 in mission-critical niches, pricing power, and sticky relationships. They've added infrastructure software via acquisitions like VMware, recurring revenue atop cyclical semis. Risks: industry cycles, big integration. Watch gross margins and backlog order trends as demand indicators. Their critical role in the AI food chain is why it could dominate 2035. Chapter 9. Our 9th pick is a household name and a cornerstone of many long-term portfolios: Johnson & Johnson. After spinning off consumer health, J&J is more focused in pharmaceuticals and medtech. They make surgical robots, artificial joints, contact lenses, and countless devices critical to modern care. MedTech provides stability and a wide moat. Healthcare needs aren't cyclical. J&J is a cash flow machine, funding R&D and paying a growing dividend. It's a sleep well at night decade hold. Trade-off: slower growth and pharma risks, plus litigation exposure. Watch free cash flow and dividend coverage. That's why it could dominate 2035. Chapter 10. And rounding out our top 10 is a company that has connected billions of people and built a digital advertising empire, Meta Platforms. Meta owns 4 of the world's most used apps. This user base fuels a highly profitable ad business. For 2035, it's about reinvestment, artificial intelligence, and the metaverse. AI to sharpen ad targeting, create new experiences, and build foundational models. They're also leading AR/VR with Quest, betting it's the next platform after smartphones. Risks: unproven metaverse returns and regulatory headwinds. Watch core ad revenue trends and AR/VR adoption and monetization. If the metaverse pays off even partially while ads thrive on AI, the next decade upside is substantial. That's why it could dominate 2035. And there you have it, top 10 stocks to buy now for the next 10 years. But as promised, I have one more for you. Wildcard bonus pick. This company could potentially 10x, or it could crash and burn. High volatility play, massive upside if things go right. The company is Palantir, PLTR. Palantir builds sophisticated data analytics software for governments and large corporations. Upside: as the world grows complex, demand for data-driven decisions explodes. Risks: reliance on lumpy government contracts and intense competition. High risk, high reward. Handle with caution. So, from the established giants like Microsoft, Apple, to the disruptive forces of Tesla, Nvidia, these companies are shaping the next decade. Remember, long-term investing isn't timing the market. It's time in the market with world-class businesses. The power of compounding is the most powerful force in finance. Give these companies a decade to work their magic. Generational wealth can be built. Do your own research. Understand your risk tolerance. Which one will dominate 2035? Tell me your pick in the comments below. If this helped you, smash that like button and subscribe for more long-term investing breakdowns. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.